Right, can you hear me? Yes! It fucking works! Ha 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 ha!
Got you. Yeah.
Oh, finally, that took 20 minutes of my time that I'm never going to get back.
Yatus.
Right, let me call...
Hello, G.
Hello. Yeah, I also have the voice overlay now because I'm fed up of missing comments. And I realised I can now do it.
GG.
Let me
RIP
call
sanity
people.
and time lost.
RIP sanity and time loss. I don't care about the time loss. It's sanity. Why can't I add people now?
Arthur, we can hear the voiceover.
Yeah. Right, 2 seconds. Let me call people in.
Ha 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 rage. Penis.
Yeah, if it gets too much, I'll turn it off. I have a feeling I might have to turn it off, but I want to try it.
Face with tears of joy, 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 face with tears of joy. OMG.
Yeah, if it's too much, I will be turning it off. So behave.
I love this.
So, before I get cracking, I need to put the overlays on. That'll be the next step to do because I need to remember how to do my commentary. Yeah.
I shouldn't be here. I'm in the middle of contract review, but this is too fun.
You can be here. Just be here in the background. Just do your contract review and just be here in the background. So, it is very, very late doing this. My apologies. Between switching from a PS4 to PS5, working over Christmas and now being ill and still technically kind of ill now, I'm finally managing to catch up with the system. It's taken me about 2 weeks.
I'm trying to book all my jobs completed for the past 3 days.
So yeah, between being ill, working, trying to switch all systems up and get a system working, I have finally got everything in place.
Oh no, I don't want to see this.
You don't, mate, this is weeks old. It'll be fine. So, yeah, without really too much further ado.
I thought you'd be doing a duo with Hurricane.
I was considering it, but I might bring him in even next race because I'm kind of doing this on a whim to see if I can get this to work. And or I might do it with him. I need to speak to him. I need to sort it out and speak to him. There's an idea in the back of my mind of what I want to do. So yeah, this is tier 3. Welcome to round 7 tier 3. I am not going to speak too much more because I kind of got to get going. Behave. Otherwise this shit will be turned off. Comments being over.
My French. Testing the voiceover.
No, fair enough. Right, we got 5 red lights. And away we go. I didn't even go through the grid either, but it doesn't matter because Skycloud's got a great start and so has Throttle. Throttle's got a very good start in that Beetle. Dives to the inside line, overtakes Skycloud. Skycloud now down into second. Mo in third in that GTR gets a good launch. Tap still in fourth, spins in fifth at the moment with Morrison, his teammate, just behind in sixth. There's only 10 people here today, as we got Berto in the background in that NSX having a massive moment coming out of turn 1. Zab now up into 7th. Excuse me, Jin down into 8th. Berto still not discovering what tarmac is meant to be and what tarmac does to a car. Pasti now down into 9th, going further forward. Mo making a great start up into P2. Skyclad down to P3 at the moment. Spin finding a wall on the outside. He's not having a great opening lap either. Down the order he goes. Tap defense from the inside from Morrison a bit further in the background. Zab defends from Jin, gets a little bit of a push in the background. We all know who the champion is. I'm not really going to go too much through it. I'm just going to cover these and get these done before the next season starts. Berto brings up the rear. Spin is in 9th at the moment. There's only 10 people here, so reverse pole could be a very powerful position. Pasti makes a move up on the inside of Jin. As we come round this long left-handed, Jin tries to get the switch back on Pasti as we come charging down this second straight. Pasti holds on to 7th position. Jin not able to really make any repasses on counter-attack to retake 7th position. So there may be a few times where I might have to mute myself. It's simply because I'm going to have a coughing fit for about a second and I do not want to burst eardrums. I mean, I know you guys all like me anyway, but I don't think you like me that much to enjoy having your eardrums burst. Who makes it through the chicane alive? Everybody makes it through the chicane alive, which is great. Round the final corner for the final time. I still remember this, which is good. No, doing this when I'm still kind of ill is not a great idea, but I don't care. So Throttle leads and has got a commanding lead at the end of lap 1. Skyclad's in 2nd. Recently overtaken Mo, re-overtaken Mo, excuse me, for 3rd. Taps in 4th. Morrison is in 5th. It took one of the two Ferraris holding the plaque and holding up what it means to be a Ferrari here in ALR. Zab's in 6th. His teammate was focusing on all the 12-hour stuff. I did spot and I did notice at this point of the season, last season. Pasti's in 8th, 7th, excuse me. Jin's in 8th, being chased down by Spin, who's in 9th. And we got Berto still struggling to find out where the track goes, who's on the mediums as well, is in 10th. Everyone else is on the softs. So maybe Berto can't quite get those softs to last the 7 laps here. It is a high tyre deg track. The long corners and the very fast long corners absolutely butcher these tyres. This being one of the corners. You can also do what I've spotted a few drivers doing. You can sit on the curbs at this track. So for the long corners you can sit on the curb and it pulls the car around. It helps pull the car around, meaning you don't have to put as much steering input in, which does sometimes save some of your tyre life. Well, we're going to stay here in P2, the battle for P2 at the moment. Let's do some onboard stuff. I haven't done some onboard stuff for a little while. Skycloud not really pulling away from Mo. Mo still staying with Skycloud at the moment. Tap's getting a bit closer though. That gap to Throttle has shrunk a little bit. There's not much progress though. Let's come a bit further back. Let's come back to Spin, to Jin and to Pasti. The battle for 7th at the moment. Jin has got a great run. Pasti's having to defend up the inside. Pasti launches it up the inside, still 6th and 7th position. Jin sits on that curb, as I was just mentioning earlier, referring to if you sit on the curb, the car gets hooked around the corner. Jin demonstrates it absolutely beautifully, but misses the second part of this the apex on the second corner. As we come up over the hill, this has allowed Pasti to pull away. Spin is now very much in the tyre tracks of Jin. Berto's left us, so it's now 9 cars on track. Off into the dust goes Jin. It's not going to be quite enough though for Spin to capitalise, going a bit further up ahead. Zab putting Morrison under pressure for P5. And further ahead of that, Skycloud is losing the back of Throttle little by little, corner by corner. Let's come back to these two. Spin tries to find his way around the outside. He's now side by side with Jin. Pasti goes way out wide. Spin holding it around the outside, doing his absolute best to hold it around the edge. Look at his front right tyre. He's absolutely mullered that in 3 laps. Sends it and dives up the inside. Does he get that car to stop? He does get the car to stop. He does block Jin's switchback. Doesn't allow the switchback, and through goes Spin for 8th position. It's taken a few laps, but through he goes. Now his teammates under pressure from Zab in the Mazda, further up ahead. Morrison struggling to get that Ferrari to rotate, defends to the inside, swoops back onto the racing line. Round the final corner, no real gain. No, there's a little bit of gain, but not much. It's not going to be enough to make any sort of move going into turn 1. Let's check on the rest of the grid whilst we are waiting for a couple of battles to develop. Tap P4, Mo P3, Skycloud P2. The top 4 hasn't changed. Throttle just doing Throttle things and disappearing. Again, not much of that has changed. Right, let's come back to battle for P5. Zab goes a bit higher. Morrison uses that curve to pull the car around. That's gained him a little bit of time. Further in the background, Pasti now under pressure from Spin, and further up ahead, Morrison has to defend into the inside line. Pasti takes defense inside, goes a little bit deep. This allows Spin to try and get the switch back as we're now side by side for this left-hander. Pasti holding the inside line, placing his car perfectly, defending the inside line very well. This is slowing up Spin, who's used almost half of his front right tyre already, but Pasti has used way more.
Unmute video work then.
Unmute the video work. Yeah, it did. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to see what this overlay is like as well. I'll tell people to behave. The Spin sends it up the inside, gets the move done. Fantastic move done by Spin. He's now up into P7. Zab's still battling away with Spin's teammate Morrison for 5th position. Kick up to the dust, just up ahead. Let's go forward. Again, not much has changed up here. Tap catching up on his countryman. The battle for P3 could be on in the next lap or so. We're going to come back and check on these two, and a good thing I did. Zab gets an absolute monster of a chicane. Morrison holds the inside line, defends the inside line. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Zab sends it around the outside, brakes a little bit later, understeers a little bit through the mid corner though. This allows Morrison back up the inside and critically back ahead. Pasti hang on. Hold up. Pasti comes in to pit for a new set of tyres. Anyway, moving on to more interesting things. Morrison goes high. This allows Zab up the inside. Can Morrison get the power down? No, he can't get the power down. He can't try and drive it up around the outside of Zab. So through goes Zab for P5. It's taken him about 4 or 5 laps to get through, but finally he's through. Morrison's tyres aren't looking that great. Zab's are looking a lot better. But here comes Spin as well. Spin's going to start catching up to the back of this pack. We're going to go a bit further forward. Excuse me, as I believe Skyclad must have made a mistake, because Mo and Tap have caught up to the back of, well, had caught up to the back of her. Now she's disappeared again. Now she's driving as she normally drives. So Mo and Tap still kind of having a little go at each other. The battle for P3s and for position is still very much game on. Slam down through that gearbox of that Renault. Nice and smooth on exit. Mo dealing with the pressure perfectly, holding his position, not making any mistakes. It doesn't cover off that lunge though from Tap. Tap's absolutely lunges it up the inside. Mo tries to fight his way back, does sneak his nose up initially up on the inside, but it's not going to be enough, so through goes Tap for P3. Mo's front right tyre is not looking that great either. He's got 2 more laps to survive. He's going to try and counter-attack. Tap's tyres are looking very good. Tap defends the inside line. Mo goes out wide. He's going to try and get the better run. Gets a good run, gets a good exit. Tap holds the inside line. He's going to hold the left-hand side of the circuit. Here comes Mo, now completely alongside. There's a tiny little bit of contact. Can Mo try and hold it around the long left hand of turn 1? No, he can't. Tap's just using the inside curb to pull the car around and back through to P3 goes Tap. Mo's not going to give up yet, and he did not become a tier 4 champion by giving up. He's got a good run. He's got the slipstream up the hill. Tap defends the inside line again. Mo's now forced around to the outside. Tap uses that curb. Now Mo's got the curb as well to help pull him around, but it's not quite been enough. He just about holds on to the edge of that car. He holds on for dear life. Charge down the hill, round to the right. I don't think Mo's going to have quite enough left in that tank to fight Tap. I don't think it's going to be enough, so Tap slowly pulls away and slowly opens up a bit of a gap. And so we have, well, Throttle, who's going up, pushing his way forward, just opening up that gap, lap by lap by lap. Everyone else just about keeping up behind him. I say just, but they're not keeping up. Now Morrison's tyres, he's going to have a puncture next lap if he's not careful, if he can get the car to stop as well. Spin does get the car to stop. Keyboard? Probably controller. It depends. Sometimes people on controllers have good, bad tyre wear like this. Some people on controller can have okay tyre wear. Whereas some people who race wheel, like I know Skycloud does, and Throttle does, look at their tyre wear. Quick, very consistent laps, and their tyres aren't really looking that bad at all. Mo was on a wheel as well, I know that from... Oh. Alright, fair enough, I'll shut up then. Right, final lap of this sprint race.
Keyboard for cone switching cars and stuff.
Keyboard for cone switching cars and stuff. No, so that's me just switching. It's on the spectator stuff. It's me just switching between like up arrow and down arrow and things like that. And then R1. Well, for me, it's R1 to change camera angles like this. Speaking of camera angles, a great time we caught it. So I think Morrison just let Spin straight through. I think team orders have come into effect. Makes sense because Morrison's basically got 0 tyre left. Jin might even come into contention there as well. How did Pasty do damage? Alright, Pasty, we need to have a word, mate. This is nice, this is nice, this is nice, until you hit here. Smash! Oh. Looking horrible. But your teammate, on the other hand, smooth as anything. Very much in control of this race. Very much been in control of most races this season. Kept it very smooth. The only time he's ever really had a problem, I think there was only one race where he had a bit of a problem. And that was just very unlucky with positioning as well. But apart from that, Throttle has been exceptional this season. I know as we're coming into season 21, I know, like, the final few corners. So through the final couple of corners comes Throttle for another very dominant race here at Kyoto. Started P2, got P1 off the launch. Skycloud's tried her absolute best to catch up and to stay connected with the front of the pack. She's done well, but nothing's really been able to touch Throttle. Who's going to take victory? Skycloud's going to get second. Tap's going to get third. Mo's going to hold on to fourth with a punctured front right tyre. Zab's in fifth. Spins in sixth. Morrison and Jin are going to have a drag race coming down the start-finish straight. Jin's going to just about get Morrison for seventh. Yeah, just about. Literally by probably 100th of a second. So Jin's going to get seventh. Morrison's going to get eighth. Pasty, who's made a pit stop, is going to come over in complete Cornish style as normal for ninth position. And also the great thing now is I'm on PS5, I don't have the PS4 loading times. This is great demonstration. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That's all sorted. Right, have we got... No, we've only got 9 drivers. Okay, so the strategy here is you could do a hard medium or you could do a medium soft. So both the 1 and 2 sort of strategies here are open and both are just as good as each other. I did the 2-stop. I think I did... I can't remember exactly what I did. I think it might have been like 7, and...
The one I missed. Guaranteed points with this few drivers grinning face.
Yeah. You could have scored at least a point. Even if you drove normally, you could have scored a point. If JMS can score a point even normally with this many drivers, then yeah, you should have turned up. But anywho, yeah, both the 2 types of strategies open, 2-stop and 1-stop. Excuse me. I did the 2-stop and it worked wonderfully for me. People who did the 1-stop, it worked for them, but had to maintain a little bit. So we got Pasty on the softs, Morrison, Jin, Spin on the mediums. Zab's gone for the hards. So there's definitely a one stop there. Mo's on the hards, Taps on the hards, Skycloud's on the hards, and Throttle's on the mediums. So a big mix. There's... Huh? Huh? Where's the car that's usually about... Huh? Where? So Zab's already at a disadvantage because he's out of the tow from Spin already. Excuse me as I'm trying to not blast people's eardrums out. Skycloud goes very, very wide going through turn 1. This is allowing Throttle straight up the inside. Yes, because there's just a... Look at the huge gap. I could fit a London double-decker bus in that. Mo tries to come steaming up the inside of Zab. Zab's gonna hold wide. Mo putting... It is. Mo's putting plenty of pressure on Zab at the moment. Spin's just dropping off the back of Jin, who's in the fight with Morrison and with Pasty. Pasty's on the softs, but it's only going to last 2 or 3 laps because, judging by the tyre wear on the sprint race for him, it's not going to be a fun one. Morrison has a great run. There's a great little middle sector at the moment. Close that gap up to the back of Pasty, opening up the gap to Jin. Zab holding it high, a little bit higher. Not using that inside curve to help drag the car around. Excuse me, Tap now under pressure from Throttle. Never mind, that lasted well. That lasted a long time. Tap outbreaks himself a little bit, so through goes Throttle. Tap's now got pressure from behind from Skycloud. We're going to jump on board with Skycloud, who switches to the inside at the last moment. Tap goes very, very wide on the entry, tries to get the switchback to work. I don't think the switchback is going to work, and round goes Mo. Just a bit too heavy on the throttle. Just a bit too heavy on the throttle. Dumps it on his own in the most annoying way possible. So Mo all the way down and back into 9th position. Got some time to claw back. Tap in 8th, not able to get the switchback back on Skycloud, who's in 7th. Who's trying to chase down Throttle, who's in 6th. Who just seems to be catching at a rate of knots on everybody. Zab goes into a different dimension. I think Zab's trying to do either a long lap or some different strategy of turning corners yet known to mankind. Zab's in 5th. Jin's in 4th now under pressure from Spin, who's trying to go around the outside of him, who's now down into 4th. So the battle for P3. Very, very much alive at the moment. Oh, Spin has a huge snap of oversteer, goes over the curb, has to completely lift out the throttle to try and get the car back under control, slams it into the walls, only got front left suspension and front bumper damage, so it could have been a lot worse, and he's not really lost that much time. Dottle back up, now up to 5th position. It's taken him 1 lap to get up to 5th position. He's having a very, very good race here at the moment, going a bit further forward. Morrison in 2nd. Look at Pasty's tyres. I did say they'd probably last 2 laps, maybe 3 at a push, and they're already at halfway point, and we're only halfway around lap 2. Oh, Morrison takes a bit too much curb and grass on the entry to the corner, nearly spins the car around, catches it, and holds it, which is very, very well done to Morrison. But those two have opened up a fairly healthy gap to P3 at the moment. Skycloud chasing down Zab. at the moment as we're going to come around the final couple of corners. We're going to go a bit further forward though. Spin has caught up to the back of Jin again. Oh dear, Jin has been having too much to drink tonight as he's rubber banding quite literally everywhere. Spin taking a bit more of a shallower line. In comes Pasty as to be expected. So off those soft tyres, probably onto the mediums or the hards. Otto setting the fastest lap of the race at the moment. Let's see what, as we come charging up the hill this time, can Spin keep the car on track? Can he keep the car all stable? He can keep the car stable. Throttle just about manages to keep out of the wall. Jin goes high and wide. Throttle gets the car to rotate a lot nicer. Hits the curb on the second part of the apex. Just kisses the curb on the exit. Beautifully done. Let's come back. Skycloud in P5. Zab trying to counter-attack and regain his 5th position. Don't think that's going to work this time around. Now these guys are a lot closer. Let's stay here. Throttle having to lift off the power just to back off a little bit. Jin up the inside. Spin's going to try and hold it around the outside. He's going to try and power his way around the outside. He's not going to try and power it. He's doing it, and he has done it. So Spin powers his way around the outside. Jin up down to P3. Spin up to P2. Throttle's going to get involved. As Throttle's going to go up the inside of Jin. Down goes Jin to P4. Throttle nearly got up the inside of Spin in the previous corner as well. I think Jin's having some connection issues tonight. Oh no, as there's contact between Throttle and Spin. Let's come back and watch from Throttle's point of view. Does he misjudge the closing speed? Oh, he massively misjudges it. That's a huge impact. So through goes Jin, round goes Spin. Spin's now sat in the middle of the road. Throttle's up to P3. Yeah, that's death. But down goes Spin all the way down to last. And he was second. Hard luck, Spin, hard luck. So Pasty onto the mediums, chasing down Mo, who's still going. Taps in 6th, Zab's in 5th, Skycloud's in 4th, Throttle's in 3rd. Jin is in 2nd, and way out ahead at the moment is Morrison, who's leading a race. Let's see what Throttle. See how long it takes Throttle to catch up. I don't think it's going to take that long. I can't see it taking that long. Especially if Jin's going to keep lagging around like that, as in comes Throttle deep on the brakes, very late on the brakes, and then he goes up the inside of Jin. Skycloud still under pressure from Zab. Zab's not going to give up that spot so easily.
Throttle saving fuel and flying around the track.
Yeah. Mind you, you could say the same about me in the Citroen last season. I was fuel saving and still going just as quick. Oh, I'm going to miss that Citroen, that's for certain. Throttle very, very late on the brakes, and very deep on the brakes, goes up the inside, then turns to the outside and back behind Jin. Loses out a little bit of time. He's trying to do something different to get ahead of Jin at the moment, I think. I think he'd be better off just fuel saving us. What? Where are you going? What the hell is going on with Jin?
Being impossible to drive next to because of the bouncing. Think it was at every track.
It might, yeah, I think Jin's had a bit too much gin to drink. Anyway, coming back to the race. So, Jin's causing a little bit of a pile. I wouldn't say a little bit of pile up, a little bit of a train. Throttle's still in P3. Yeah, Jin doesn't drink tonic, he just drinks pure gin. Right, so Throttle, P3. Zav, in P5 at the moment, dropped off the back of Skycloud, now got tapped for company behind him. Let's come back and check on the people behind. Mo, still in 7th, being put under a lot of pressure from Pasty. Pasty's got a great run, he's going to go up the inside, has become charging down the hill. Excuse me, does get that car stopped. But bear in mind, Pasty has already stopped, and he's on the mediums. Mo has been on the hards since lap 1. Now, Spin just behind in catch-up mode. 2 minute 20.7, that's still a very quick lap. Let's go a bit further forward. Tap closing in and slowly reeling in Zab, going a bit further forward. Oh, Throttle has gotten past Jin. When was this? Ages ago. So Jin doesn't quite get the corner he's after, has to defend to the right going down the hill. Throttle just outbrakes him and goes right around the outside on the brakes. That's a great move from Throttle. A really, really strong, great move from Throttle in the Beetle. Let's go back to where we were, which was here. So Throttle going to start chasing down Morrison, who's still in first position at the moment. Very much in a position to potentially win, if not get... If he can't win, definitely get a top 3, which would be very good for Morrison. Setting a good strong pace at the moment, 5 laps in, coming up to the 6th lap. Throttle on P2, having started P9. Taken him a couple of laps to get past Jin, but eventually he did get past. Jin in 3rd place at the moment. Skycloud's in 4th. Zab is in 5th, being chased and has got tapped for company in 6th. Pasty's in 7th, Mo's in 8th, and Spin is in 9th position at the moment. Zab very wide, doesn't really try and hook up the car. Tap on the other hand has been hooking up the car. He's been getting that car very, very tight into that curb, so he's closing that gap down to that Mazda lap by lap further up ahead. Skycloud's in a launch and in attack range of Jin. Jin struggling to get that car to turn and do what he wants. through the very fast S's. SkyCloud trying to get Jin into his mirrors, trying to get him offline. Jin is a very tricky driver to pass at the best of times. Zab in the background, still going wide, still understeering a little bit. Zab can't get that car to rotate at all. Tap, on the other hand, can get the car to rotate, just closing that gap. Corner by corner, Jin defends the inside, goes to the very inside to defend. SkyCloud tries to drive around the outside, not able to this time around. Does get her axle alongside, goes around the outside for the first part of the corner, then has the inside. A fantastic move done by SkyCloud. Respect given by both drivers. Through goes SkyCloud for P3 here in this feature race as we're on lap 6 of 18. Jin now down to P4. Zab still holding on to 5th. All of that fighting for SkyCloud to come in. Tap still behind Zab at the moment. Pasty gonna have to come in next lap and potentially put the hards on and try and get to the end of the hards, because otherwise he's just going to be going into the pits every 4 laps. Mo's come in as well. Mo's come into the mediums. SkyCloud's gone onto the mediums too. So maybe these guys think the hard medium could be a strategy. Hello SkyCloud. Throttle now on lap 7 had clear and open track for the past couple of laps. Is caught right up to the back of Morrison, lighting up the rear tyres as he's doing so. We now have another Jin train. It's always good to watch a Jin train. Okay, there's only 2.5 carriages at the moment because Tap's still not really caught up to the back of the train, but it's still quite nice to see a Jin train. It's always good. Makes things interesting. Zab has drops Tap. Free drinks aboard? Yeah, if you're providing, yeah. You've got enough money. You own a Tesla, for Christ's sake. Zab and Jin having a very, very good fight at the moment for P3. Jin goes very deep on the brakes. Zab does get the car for the first time in this race to get the car to rotate. Struggling to get the power down as we come charging up the hill. I think he's got his fuel on a bit more of a leaner setting. Now we'll come up to the final couple of corners. This is where SkyCloud went around the outside of Jin last time around. Jin keeps it ahead of Zab, going a bit further back. Oh dear. What's happened to Pasty? Oh, just understeers and slam into the wall, so through goes Spin. Down comes Pasty. Pasty's not having a great time at the moment. Morrison and Throttle coming into the pits at the same time. Both pretty much got identical levels of fuel. In comes Jin. So it is pit stop time for most people. The pit stop window is open. Zab now is going to take a lead in this race, but he's got a Tap for company. Tap gets his nose up the inside as we're now side by side going round turn 1. Zab's going to try and hold it around the outside. He's going to try and power his way through. Tap's got the inside line again for the second half of the corner, and finally it's taken a fair few laps, but Tap is now ahead of Zab and is going to take the lead. SkyCloud's undercut has worked very nicely. She's now ahead. She's up into P3. Morrison's in P4. Fuel to the end. Red. I think he's got maybe one more tyre compound to go to. Jin's in 5th, gone to the softs. So he's doing a soft compound now. Throttle's in 6th. Fuel to the end and on mediums. I think maybe one more stop for him too. Mo's in 7th. On the mediums, I might go to the end. Spin stopped as well. He's on the softs. He's got one more stop to do, and then Pasty's on the hards. He's going to try and get to the end on this set of tyre. These two at the front are yet to stop. I like this. Different strategies are all coming in, different strategies playing out. Some people trying the medium, soft medium, or the hard, soft medium. I like this. Everyone's being different today at this race. I love it. It's now all down to the drivers to drive a pace to cars, to how much time have they put into their strategies. Tap's going to lead us at the moment. Zab's in second. The first people at the pit stops. Skycloud's in third, potential net P1 hit for Skycloud. Morrison's in fourth. Like I said earlier, fuel to the end. He's in a very, very good spot to gain some big points here tonight. It's a shame that JMS could have, and I think should have, turned up to this one, because he could have been a contributing factor somewhere back here.
Whose voice do I recognize? Low.
Hello, Chaos. It has been a while. It has been a bit too... Where the fuck are you going?
I was in Germany at the time, grinning face.
OS6. Oh, hello. What is going on with Jin tonight?
I miss you doing cones for my races.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. We'll have to wait and see. Jin is having way too much gin at the moment. I think he's finally had to call defeat. He has called defeat. So Jin's internet has clearly had way too much gin in it. He's going to go and pour some tonic. Now Pasty's in the 8th. Pasty's in 8th. Spins in 7th. Mo's in 6th. Throttle's in. Excuse me, 5th. Wait, when did this happen?
Eating grass low. Could have gotten at least 2 points.
Oh no, that happened in the pits. Ignore me. So Morrison's in 4th, Skycloud's in 3rd, Zab's in 2nd, and Tap's in 1st. Detour yet to stop still. These two are going to keep going at the moment. Let's try and find ourselves a little fight. I don't think there's really going to be much of a fight. Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing at the moment. Skycloud sets the fastest lap of the race so far, the previous lap. She's still got one more stop to do. So let me come back to the comments and get my stream on. Yeah, so... Oh. So, JMS, yeah, you would have gotten at least a couple of points here. Which would have been good. Oh, I see a position change. So what happens here? Spin goes up the inside into the final corner. Does he get it right? No, he bottles it. Spin absolutely bottles it into the second to last corner. Back down to... Jump scare from Spin, yeah. Spoiler alert. So Spin absolutely bottles it. Another TBG driver bottling a drive. No, so Spin back down to 7th. Mo keeps 6th position at the moment. These two great friends off track. He's going to have to try a little bit harder to get past Mo this time and be a little bit more smart and sensible. Oh dear, who's that? Morrison! No! What did Morrison do? No! He was doing so well. It was going so well for him. Oh, just a bit too much grass on the exit. He held on to it for so long. Oh no, poor Morrison. He held on to it for so long. Down he goes, down the order, down into 7th position. He was doing so well. He was in such a good position to gain some really good points today. He carries on as I hope he does, and I hope he keeps going. So this promotes a fair few people up. So this promotes Throttle to 4th, Mo to 5th, Spin into 6th, and then Morrison takes 7th position. Hold my beer. Which one? Hang on. Right, I figured out who you are. I'm guessing this is you and Hold My Beer for something. I'll have to keep an eye out because here comes Skycloud. Skycloud's going to start putting Zab under a lot of pressure. Zab in P2 at the moment, not going to be P2 for much longer, I don't think. Skycloud gets a fantastic launch out the hill. Zab late on the brakes, struggling with those dead hards now. Skycloud goes round the outside, makes it look really easy actually. Now Spin's caught up to the back of Mo. We're going to have a repeat of a lap or two ago. No, we're not. He's wise. He has learned from his mistake. Tap finally comes in on at the end of lap 10 off his hard tyres. He's going to go into the mediums to finish off the race. Zab still carries on.
Maybe not now. I just erased the clack from my memory, grinning face with smiling eyes.
Maybe not now. I just erased that lap from my memory. I like it. I like if you can just erase laps. There'll be a fair few laps I'd probably erase. Now and Spin, what can we do? What can be done? Nissan versus Ferrari. These two are teammates in the season coming up that we're just about to go into. Spin needs to learn how to turn the steering wheel. Mo knows how to turn the steering wheel, which is quite good. Spin.
Season 20.
I've raced season 20. Oh, Mo's got himself a he's got himself a half-second penalty and is taking Mo's normal seat of eating a lot of grass. Spin not having the best of races at the moment. Tap P7 at the moment, chasing down Morrison for P6. Tap's all done his stops all the way ready to the end. Pasty's surviving. So let's go forward a couple of cars. What was looking like to be a very promising fight has been a complete anticlimax, as every Ferrari fans know way too well by now. The Ferrari anticlimax is real, as Spin is feeling it at the moment. What was meant to be a very strong solid pass turned out to be a bit of a crash into the wall. Struggling to catch up to the back of Mo, getting a penalty as well, which is just going to make his race even more tricky as he comes into the pit. So he's going to get rid of those softs. He's going to go to the end on his next set of tyres, which might be a set of, actually no, it'll be another set of softs I reckon. Zab's in as well, so Mo's up to P3. Throttle's P2. Skycloud has to come in this lap. She has to come in to pit whether she wants to or not. Just looking at though her fuel, she's got some very consistent lap times too. Throttle looks like he's going to be in net P1. Morrison's in 4th, still being chased down by Tap, who's in 5th. Zab comes out onto the mediums in 6th. Pasty's in 7th. He's finally made up a position. Spin's in 8th. He's going to start chasing down Pasty for 7th position. Let's see what Morrison can do up against Tap. So Tap versus Morrison. Ferrari versus Renault. What can Tap do? Tap's a little bit tidier. He's keeping the car a little bit tighter and a little bit tidier. It looks tidier. Not to say that Morrison's an untidy driver. No, he's still a very quick and efficient driver. Come back a few cars. Spin on the much fresher set of mediums has already caught up to the back of Pasty. I reckon a move could be in the next corner or two. Spin straight up the inside. Pasty goes a little bit deep. Spin capitalizes straight away, not hanging around, not taking any prisoners today. Spin off into 7th. Dispatches Pasty with incredible efficiency. Skycloud comes in. Zab's on his own at the moment. Morrison defends the inside coming into the final corner. Keeps it nice and tight. Tap denied the switchback that he's looking for. Mo comes in too to get rid of those medium tyres. Skycloud's refueling her car and she'll be coming out the pits any second. Morrison's up to P2. This is a great result from Morrison if he can hold his position. I'm not sure his tyres are going to allow him to hold position, so I think he's going to have to pit once more. Throttle's in P1, absolutely hundreds of miles down the road. Morrison struggles to get the car to rotate, goes across the track and has to cut the corner. So Tap's going to go up to P2 because Morrison's had to lift out of it. Morrison's now got dirty tyres for this long left-hander. Gets the car hooked up nicely, slightly understeers, but that doesn't matter. Still great result at the moment from Morrison, P3 in this race. Skycloud on the mediums to the end. Zab facing the wrong way. What do I think of the calendar for next season? Hang on, sorry, 2 seconds, I'll come back to that in just a moment. Why? Oh, fucker. Here we go. We're going for... This is there's Zab's beer moment. Yeah. Just put a handful of throttle. Yeah, a handful of throttle over the ledge right there. So now these two are fighting as well. This is going to be great. Oh, Spin tries to go around the outside. Doesn't work. He should have followed Mo up the inside. So Mo gains quite a bit of time through this. Zab's lost out a fair bit. Yeah, Pasty's still at the back on parts. Poor Pasty. So Zab has now had his hold my beer moment. Spin's overtaken Zab, but not quite gotten as far down the road as he's hoping to. Did get held up a little bit by Zab. But answering your question, what do I think of the calendar for this season? It's going to be tough. It's an okay looking calendar, to be honest. Personally, I actually preferred this calendar. Oh, Zab! Oh, Zab just drops it on his own again. He drops it in the most horrible and worst way a sim driver can do it. what car will work best for it? Well, it depends. For this season, the car I reckon that will work best probably have to be an MR car. And my reasoning? Look at it. And here's another one. Yeah, for season 21, yeah. I thought that's what you were asking about. The first FR car is in this grid is P5, which is mine. That is the first. MR.
Face fuchsia poop shape. Face blue white eyes. Face red droopy eyes.
Oh god.
Beetle is FRBTW.
Beetle's FR. Interesting. I'll come back to that in a moment. Morrison defends from Skycloud at the moment. Morrison's tyres are pretty much dead. Not sure he's going to make them last another 4 laps, but Morrison does Morrison things. Skycloud all over the back.
GTR was 4WD.
No, in real life, the road car is all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. In racing, it's rear-wheel drive. Oh no. Skycloud just drives it around the outside of Morrison. After Morrison does a little bit of a weird defence, he's become round to the left-hander. Skycloud drives it right around the outside like it's nothing. So through goes Skycloud up into P3. Morrison down to P4. Right, going back to the question. Season 21 calendar versus season 20 calendar. I prefer season 20 calendar. I felt the tracks were nicer. I felt the tracks were...
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, you do learn something new every day. That's spec series. I don't want spec series. There's Monday's calendar. Throttle comes in to do his third and final stop. Yeah, like Deep Forest, Tokyo, Watkins, Laguna, Cataluna, Spa, Kyoto, and then Nürburgring. That was a great calendar. What a really good, fun calendar as well. So, Tap comes out on the softs. Not going to take him long to catch up to the back of Tap. Then it's going to be a straight fight for P1. Skycloud's P3, Mo's P4. Gets fastest lap of the race as well, and 2:18.999. That is a really quick lap. Morrison comes out in 6th. He's on a set of softs. Zab's going to have the momentum though. He's going to get up into 6th position. So Morrison's down to 7th. But it's probably not going to last too long. Pasty comes in, takes his hard tyres off. He's probably going to go to a set of softs or mediums. Please put mediums on. No, he's going to go softs. He's going to try and make them last. Okay. Season 21 calendar for me. Zab goes very wide. Oh, Morrison's just been given an opportunity and a big opening up the inside. He's going to take it. So up goes Morrison. Spin still trying to catch up to the back of Mo. Mo opened up that gap a little bit the previous lap. Skycloud's in P3 at the moment. Throttle's caught up to the pretty much catch up to the back of Tap, who's in P1. The calendar for this season I'm not a fan of. Circuits Gilles Villeneuve, basically Montreal. Yeah, it's brand new. It's brand new track. So yeah, let's race it. Let's give it a go. Nürburgring 24 hour. I've never been a fan of the Nürburgring. I've never really liked the Nürburgring. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm one of those that just don't like it. Red Bull Ring. Again, it's one of those tracks I don't really like. I just don't feel that Red Bull Ring has a flow to it. But again, that's me. Lago Maguire GP. I like that track. But again, that's me. I'm different. I'm different from everyone else. Throttle, speaking of being different, has done a completely different strategy to Tap. Tap goes to the right hand side, knows he's not going to be able to fight off Throttle for too much longer. Throttle goes up the inside of Tap, sends it into the inside, softs versus mediums. We all know how this was going to work out. Through goes Throttle, and the charge for Throttle after stopping the lap before is complete. So up goes throttle, down goes Tap. Tap's going to try and stay with him now for as long as possible. He's become up over the hill. Fuji, it's a good track. I don't mind that track. Tokyo South, I've never liked Tokyo tracks, simply because I drive in this view, so trying to judge those walls are really hard. I don't like driving in this view. I don't know why, I just don't like it. I don't like the fact that I can't move instruments around. So if I could, I'd move the track map from there to the middle. But again, that's just me. Because I like how everything is in the middle. And I've also got the mirror. So I can then have a different bit on my MFD. But that, again, that's me. And that's how I was brought up with GT. Also Polis, hate that track. And it's in the wet as well. That's going to be a torture track, I think. And then Yas Marina. Well, for those who watched the Champions Cup, we did Yas Marina at the Champions Cup. Yeah, I like the radar in the middle. But you look down. You don't have to look to a side. You don't take your eyes away from something. Yas Marina. Tricky track. I thought it would flow a little bit more. But it still was good fun, and also the track limits were almost non-existent at points. Yeah, I think this season's going to be largely dominated by MR cars, I reckon. Especially for those tiers who can drive the Citroen. I reckon if you aren't driving the Citroen, and you were given the opportunity to drive a Citroen, then you're a bit of an idiot, because that car is incredible. It's very... fills me with a little good. I hope it does. The Citroen is incredible on fuel saving. During the sprint, get a good qualifying position. The launch is... it's one of the best launch... Citroen equal qualifying. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this in season 20, you had Jack and Mighty Mini driving the Citroen in tier 2. You had me driving it in tier 4, and you had two Citroens in the race champions. And both Citroens didn't do too bad. We have great launches in qualifying. It's renowned for the launch now in this league. It's renowned for having really good tyre wear and also being very good on its fuel. I think the only thing it really struggles with is there is a... Did it? Did Tier 5 have one use it? Sorry, I didn't notice. I think the only downside to it is for those who drive with VR like this in this view here, it is kind of a bit of an alien ship. It kind of, from this one, if you're looking at it from this point of view, this is kind of how it looks. It's horrible to drive in VR. But for those who don't drive it in VR, definitely get it, use it, drive it. Oh, alright, didn't know that. Now, come back to the race for just a moment. On to the final lap. Throttle leads. Taps in second, being chased down by Skycloud, who's in third. Can Skycloud chase down Tap for second position, or is Skycloud going to have to settle for third? Spin and Mo still glued together at the moment. You can flash your lights, Mo. We're not done yet. We got one more lap, mate. Oh, Zab's had a bit of a contact and collision, so Zab is in P6. Morrison's in 7th, nearly killed off his tyres. Is Morrison going to be able to nurse that car around for one last lap? I just want to watch him going through turn 1, because turn 1's going to put a lot of load on that rear right. We'll come back to Tap and Skycloud in just a moment. You can hear the car squealing in protest.
Hoping the RCZ will be good for this season. It's good on tyres and fuel too.
There goes Morrison. Round he goes. I knew that Ferrari wouldn't last too long. And this is why I have not ever driven the Ferrari. That is the exact reason there. Every time I do comms, I see a Ferrari, their rear tyres are the first thing to go. But we're going to go further forward. We're going to watch these two for a little couple of corners. Oh, Skycloud makes a bit of a mistake. She goes a little bit wide, trying to carry a bit... No, it's okay. She's trying to carry a bit too much speed, trying to catch up to the back of Tap. She can smell P2. It's right there. I don't think she needs much more persuasion. I think she just needs another lap. But that another lap is not going to come. She's going to have to make it work. She's only got a few corners left to go, and I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Tap's going to do just enough to hold on. But I'm going to come back to Throttle, excuse me. We're going to finally crown champion officially on comms. Throttle has been dominant this season. In most of the sprint races and most of the features, he has either been top 3 or won it. Out the final corner for the final time, an absolute superb season from Throttle. He's going to come across the line, win the feature race and be the tier 3 champion for season 20. So very well done to Throttle. Tap holds P2 literally by a fraction. Skycloud's in P3. Mose comes over the line for P4. There he goes. Spins. Comes over the line for P5. That's a really unfortunate accident in the first couple of laps, which is what pushed him all the way down at the back. If he hadn't have had that crash, I reckon he'd be up in the P2, P3 region. Zab's made the strategy work. He's made the strategy work, comes over the line for P6. So very well done for Zab, even after his hold my beer moment. Pasty with really struggling tyre wear manages to come over the line for 7th with a dead front left tyre. Does he come over? He comes over in style, as he always does. Excellent work, Pasty. Morrison's using auto drive to get around for the final time. Yeah, this is the reason why I will not drive the Ferrari. I've been doing comms now for 7, 8 seasons, and every time I see a Ferrari, as soon as the rear tyre goes, that's it. Around it goes, and then finally over the line comes Morrison for P8. So there we have it. There is your tier 3 champion. There is tier 3 round 7. Sometimes it's tricky to get the strategy right. A lot of it is luck. You got past within the opening corner, which didn't help your race either, and also you did get stuck.
On mediums should have been doable.
Potentially. Sometimes I've found that going a little bit slower and preserving your tyres, so then you can stop less and you can have a better pace, is better than just trying to go flat out every corner. But again, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But anywho, that is round 7. My sincere apologies that it's taken that long to come. Round 8 will come very shortly and very soon. The fact that now this all works, I can get done and get cracking. But it will come before the season opener, that's for certain. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all soon.